Hey gang, welcome back. It is I, DrBossKey, and today I thought we would talk about something super sweet, short and simple, and something that makes me super happy. And let me just switch on over here. Pooch. So as many of you may or may not know, so I basically have our DrBossKey channel, which is featuring all of these like development logs, for the game that we've been making, and it's been really fun to chronicle the journey and to use YouTube as a wonderful tool for engaging with the community and doing play tests and reviews, all this good stuff. Anyways, you guys have been seeing the journey. For those that if have not, then welcome. I'm glad you're here. So here's the thing, right? Is something really cool happened, and I think it was last week. Time is a little bit of a blur. Last week, we put up our, it's a bit of a temporary page, but we put up our Interstellar Sentinel page on Steam. And one of the cool things that happens is that when you take a look at a search for your, ideally your game title, Steam doesn't come up super quick in this case, but a lot of sites will scrape Steam for information, right? So like here's the thing for TapTap for Sentinel, Interstellar Sentinel for mobile, Android, iOS, TapTap. We're not doing a mobile version of the game, but they scrape all this because, it's SEO traffic, right? Interstellar Sentinel for PC reviews, right? So apparently, I mean, it's just silly stuff, right? Like, okay, we got Metacritic, we're here. No score yet, so that's good. That wasn't what the preview was there for, right? But because every time you hit any of these stores or these sites, there's a small amount of advertising revenue that can go there, right? So, but also like here VG Insights, right? So they're like, oh, here's the cool stuff. So we put up our page, and apparently, in terms of followers for the page, we're ranking 90,228 out of 92,116. So that means we are ahead of the curve in terms of follows. So please follow, wish list, like, subscribe, blah, 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 the Steam store page. But anyways, the thing that is cool is that we're all trying to, to eventually release our games, and we want people to be able to find them, right? So part of your marketing and insights for the game is understanding that Steam is, for $100, set up your development account, and if you will put a little skin in the game. This keeps all the shovelware that for people who would just make want to make a bunch of pages in Steam. This keeps some of them out. So that's how Steam combats this, right? So, all right, long story short, here's where we're at with this. Now, here's the really cool thing, right? Super exciting, for me at least. All right, so if I go into if I go into my YouTube channel, which I'm here, let's go to the regular one. All right, cool. So, for instance, all right, yep, that's us, looking like I've got game development grizzle. So down here, notice under the browse game slot, we have now the name of our game. And I am 99% sure, because I've been trying to just so you guys know, it's like this, right? So if you go to a video, and when you're coming down to populate the metadata for your video, you have a section here, which is called game title, right? And if you're like, oh, like, because, plenty of YouTubers stream all types of games, so they need to get this information from somewhere. But for the longest time, beforehand, Sentinel, right? You can also see what this is a handy dandy way to see what other games are similar to your game name, right? So here you can see, and I won't say this, but when you're an indie developer and you haven't published anywhere, Steam, YouTube doesn't know where to get your game. It's not validated from anywhere, right? And eventually, just like everything, if you're going to do videos for your game and a YouTube page, which you should always lock up all your socials by your game name, get your domain registered, because, at some point when you're not actively developing the project, you want to leave a big enough footprint behind for other people that might stumble across it, because you never know. You're just one link drop somewhere before you become more popular, right? Before you might become, someone says, oh, this game is fantastic, you guys check it out, and you might have a flood of traffic from that. So anyways, I digress. So after you put up your Steam store page, it took a few days, 2 or 3 days, but once it got published, I was able now to start adding the name of our game to our YouTube channel videos. And that then started to populate here. You can see it says, here's the name of the game. I don't have an image for this yet. I got to go figure out how I can maybe customize this at some point, but it says this channel was generated automatically by YouTube's video discovery system. Now it has the name of the company, right? Which is super cool. It's got some metadata here, right? Not the best data, but it's got a bit there. I made sure to subscribe to the channel. But as I am continuing to upload videos, you can just see just a few. But they are starting to propagate in this channel, which becomes another place where, you know, people say someone else, like a YouTuber or anyone else, is doing a review of your game. They can now put your game in, and now you'll have this kind of collection that isn't specific to any particular channel for your game. So you're building up, again, a body of content, right? And at the end of the day, you know, this is one of the things you do. Even if it's just recording your own development playthroughs and commentaries, that becomes the legacy of your game. And the journey is fantastic. Anyways, I digress. Here's a very, very small tip, which is the thing, right? So if you got some skin in the game and you want to release your game, get your Steam store page together. Do it before it's the final hour. It's going to take longer for you to go through and do your marketing assets and video and all that stuff and to get approved. And it's not a huge, hard process, but it's going to take about I'll call it a day. It's probably more like a half day, especially if it's the first time you've ever done it. I suggest you do it because this is all connected, right? And you know, we're all just developers out there trying to get our things out to the people in the widest way possible. And this is stuff you can do without having to really pay for it, right? Okay, that was it. It took a little longer than expected, but I thought you might appreciate this little insight that I saw. I couldn't seem to find a good Google search to really outline what I was talking about, so I thought I'd just do a tiny video. All right, thanks. Talk to you next time.